Hello everyone, Javega here. In today's video, we're going to be surviving our first and only night in a desert-only world. Now, typically people don't really do this anymore, do this kind of format anymore for surviving your first night. It's pretty dated, but I figured I might as well combine it with my favorite mode in Minecraft, which is the hardcore mode. So we're going to be trying to survive our first and only night in this desert-only world. And funny enough, we spawn next to a village. So typically when surviving your first night, you do have to watch out for food, you do have to take care of where you're going to stay, and in a village, and using a village, we've actually inadvertently taken care of that. We have wheat, we have many buildings, we have the iron golem to protect us from mobs, and the only issue that we have is we don't have any wood. What we can find in this village, we do have a stone cutter. I'm not going to use that. We do have a ton of villagers here that we can see if they can trade us something good. But typically, to make these challenges work and to actually survive them, you do need wood. And by the looks of it, I don't think we have any wood. But I just found a desert temple. That is actually insane. Right next to spawn, a village, a desert temple. Looks like we're all set. We have an iron sword from the blacksmith chest, some iron, a pickaxe, and a diamond. So this is actually I'm actually at a loss of words right now, because this is a random world and this hasn't been looked over previously. Like, this is actually just a random world. So this is actually very cool. There are some cows here. I think I'm just gonna leave them alone. I don't want them to go anywhere. Stay. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Ah, whatever. So we do have this village that we can work with. And surviving our... oh, there's a crafting table. So surviving our first night, it really shouldn't be too hard, but my main concern is that we don't have any wood. We do need to find some wood to make, to be quite frank, anything work. So we would have to really rely on mine shafts. We'd have to rely on a bunch of different things, honestly. It's pretty tricky. But while we do have this temple here, we definitely should check it out, see what we can find, and hopefully we can find something that would help us for our first night. Now I'm just gonna go down with being careful, because I do hear a skeleton. We got a golden apple. We got a mending book. Wow, we have a mending book. We definitely wouldn't be using that on our first night, but you know what? We'll take it. Definitely take it. Protection 3 as well. That is actually fantastic. So we can take all this. We could take the bones as well. We could even take the saddle. And yeah, we'll take more string, more bones. And as a matter of fact, we can even take some of this TNT. And it's a little dark. I do apologize. It's pretty dark right now. Let me get up so that I can bring some light into this video. Okay, so now that we're already out from the hole, we'll see where we can start heading to next. As we don't really have much of a sense of direction here. We don't really have a direction. We're kind of stuck with the desert for now. There isn't too much that we can really do for our first night, except for try to just gather what little resources we have. I did grab some sticks from the dead shrubs, so we are capable of making a bow using the string that we found from that desert temple, and we can end up making a fishing rod as well. We have this fishing rod. And now, since we do have a wood scarcity problem, if we ever have problems making food, or even finding food because we're in a desert, and realistically we have those 2 cows, which is actually perfect. We do need to round them up. That's actually perfect. Yeah, come here, guys. We can use these 2 as a food source. Come here, guys. Come on. We can use these 2 cows to breed, use them as a food source, and we can just keep them in the back of this house. So there you go. And they'll go ahead and make a mini cow. And there you go. It's right there. So this is our food source. We definitely don't want to kill any of them just yet. We have enough bread that would last us for a couple more days, and we'll just keep giving them the wheat. They'll keep breeding. We'll have more cows. This is our food situation pretty much covered because, as I mentioned before, we're in a desert. There's no real grass. You know, we're not gonna have any of these animals be spawning here until later on, where we can get soap touch, and that's not really going to be a thing because, as I said, this is only how to survive your first night. So the goal is to try to get a food source. So we have our food source, we have the wheat. We can give the baby cow some wheat. He still doesn't grow, but that's fine. Now, since we do have the fishing rod, we can find a lake, which is right over there. We do have one right here that we can fish from. And from there we can just, that's another food source, but I don't want to say that it's too reliable, only because you have to sit there and wait for fishing, and you know, it can be very tedious to do. So right here you can just gonna wait and wait and wait more and wait more. See, it's not too reliable. This would have you waiting for quite a bit. Let's see if there's any fish that'll pop up. Hopefully, because in these lakes, I'm not too sure if it's the blocks under it. You know, we can even give it a try. So let's do this. It may well be the blocks. So it's always good to create kind of like a little pond kind of area that you can fish. As I said earlier, having the farm is leagues better than just fishing. But if you didn't run into a village like I did and found actual farm animals that you can farm, it will be a lot tougher. It really would be a lot tougher. You'll pretty much would have to be farming the spiders that spawn at night and harvesting the sticks from those dead shrubs. And see, even now there still isn't any. Oh, there was one there. I just messed up. Let me walk away. Nope. Well, as you can see, the sun is setting. So what we can do is we could use a little bit of this TNT just to gather some more sand. We are limited on resources. I don't want to be using too much at the moment because for this first night we don't really have that much of a direction. We have the village, we have that temple. That temple's not going to help us too much anymore. This village is, however, going to help us out only because we can do the trades and we have all the crops. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just see if we can get some sand, because I don't want to use too much of the resources. There you go. And we get our pressure plate back, so we could use it again. And as a matter of fact, that is what I'm going to do. So you know what? I'm going to put it down right here. There you go. Now we got some more blocks to work with. even though that we can harvest sand with our hand, it is leagues better to just use our TNT, especially that we have it. So these guys are a pain in the butt to deal with, especially at night. They're going to be spawning a lot more. We are in hardcore mode, so if we die once, we're done. We can't respawn. It's horrible. And on top of that, these break through doors. So if we were to hide into here and the golem didn't kill him, I would have demonstrated him breaking in. What's even great with these villages, they spawn with smokers, they can spawn with furnaces, they can spawn with a ton of cool things that would definitely help you on your first night. Now, since it is the desert, it's actually a lot easier to find structures like a temple, find structures like this village. It's very easy to find because the whole area is very barren, so you would be able to find something like that with ease. Now with the smoker, we would cook up our rabbit, so we have even more food. It's very unlikely that you find a village that just simply doesn't have anything of value. It doesn't have any smoker, any any blast furnace, any crafting table. It's extremely unlikely that you're gonna find a village without those blocks. Oop. See, I just found another house with a crafting table, and we have the iron golem to protect us. Although if I hit that iron golem, I would most definitely die. Oh, and this little guy here is a baby zombie, which is extremely scary. Oh, there's even another one. Alright. Luckily we do have our iron golem friend here that'll protect us. Thank you. So now that it is night, has been night, we did have some encounters with the zombies. We should take the time to go inside one of the houses and board it up. And we even have a skeleton shooting at us. So there you go. Boarding it up like this would pretty much save us from getting the door taken down by any zombies. And typically villages, well, sand villages, would have open windows. They don't actually have glass. So it's better off to just break the slab and just cover it up. So now we are pretty much secure, we're safe, nothing is gonna happen to us. And I like doing this mainly because I'm able to see through. And we even have a bed that we can sleep through the night. Otherwise, I would just be kind of just waiting, you know. I have this iron to make some armor, but I feel like now isn't the best time to do that. Unless we can find some more. There's the crafting table. Oh. There you go. Okay, so we'll just take the crafting table. We'll just run back. See, look, they're gonna break it. Oh! Wow. They've done, look at that, done a lot of damage. And that is why having armor is pretty much the best thing that you can do. So we're gonna craft 8 chest plate, just in case. And since we do have the iron pickaxe, we can just go to any cave, mine up some iron. We do have the blacksmith house that has the furnaces. We could harvest some sticks, and we can get more iron that way. And since it is kind of like the middle of the night now, there isn't much for us to do, especially with the amount of mobs that are out there. We can just use this bed to go to sleep. And that, everyone, is how you typically can survive your first night in a desert-only world. It isn't too crazy, honestly. You would just have to find the structures, and if you're lucky like me, you would have a whole village that gives you everything that you need, right off spawn. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find my Twitter and my Twitch page. I stream every single day, 8 to 8:30 p.m. and I give any updates of that on my Twitter. So thank you guys again, and have a great day.